Hello there, fellow truth seekers. This is Doug coming to you once again on this here Shabbat. Today I'm just gonna, this is basically just a message, but first off, I hope all of you had a good week. I hope you've been blessed. And I thank you all, as always, I thank you for watching the videos, leaving comments, thumbs up and stuff. This week I'm not really going to do a video or anything. I'm going to just make a few statements, and but I'll be coming back next week to do a full video. I've got family here, and so I want to visit with them. But anyway, I've got some comments in the comment section of the video that I've done the last week. And I'm going to address these. One, and of course, I'm going to just warn you, you can do, you are all free moral agents. You're free to do whatever you want. Believe whatever you want. Study whatever you want and read whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to bring you an objective opinion of what I believe Scripture says, based on what has been, going back to the first century early Christians' belief, and when it comes to the Tanakh, the Old Testament, what are the patriarchs and all, the prophets and all that had to say. One of the questions I'll be dealing with next week is about Satan. Is it a metaphor for the carnal mind? And I'm going to show in Scripture where, Satan is an actual literal entity. Now this comment to me comes right straight out of Michael Rood at the Rood Awakening. He said anybody that believes that the Bible is literal is a complete moron. So I believe I must be a complete moron. Now, the Father even says himself that sometimes he speaks to us in similitudes. There are metaphors, similitudes, similes, figures of speech. Of course there is. But they all mean something that is true, something that is real. I mean, for example, the parable of Christ of the sower. And of course he mentions that the evil one comes and takes the seed and takes it away. But I can show, and that's concerning that. I'll bring out the scriptures to support my argument. I didn't set out in these videos to become a apologist. I just want to do studies. And you can do with what what I say, you can do whatever you want to with it. I'm not here to shove anything down anybody's throat. It's my, belief and opinion. You can take it for whatever you want. And I tell you that. Don't believe what I tell you. You study the Scriptures, see whether these things are so or not, and then go from there. The other is Gnosticism. Okay? Stay away from it. And I had a comment about, that the Bible is Catholic. No, it's not. Not the King James is not Catholic. The Douay-Rheims Bible is Catholic. And that was the Catholics' answer, because their Bibles all were, the Vulgate was in Latin. And the people were not, only the priests and the initiates were able to read it. The average person could not read the Latin Vulgate. So their response to the King James Bible, the Geneva Bible, the Wycliffe Bible, was to produce the Douay-Rheims Bible, which is Gnostic. It's a Gnostic Bible. And it comes from Gnostic text, as where the King James, the Geneva, and they had over 5,000 documents that they used. The Catholics used four, Sciaticus, Vaticanus, and a few others that they based their Bible on, and they're all Gnostic. the King James was based on over 5,000 transcripts, manuscripts, and the Masoretic text compared to the Septuagint, the Geneva Bible, Bibles that were written in many different languages, Orthodox, the Ethiopian Bible. I mean, they compared these scriptures, and now also we have the benefit of the Dead Sea Scrolls, where they found like the book of Isaiah is matches the one that we have in our King James. It matches absolutely. And there's fragments and segments of other books that match up. And I don't read the Gnostic Gospels. I don't read the Nag Hammadi Codex. I don't read any of this stuff. I mean, if I was researching something and I needed to, go see what they said in there and then, have a rebuttal for it or whatever, because for one, they don't believe in the resurrection of the Messiah. They believe he was just an avatar, that kind of stuff. So is Christ a metaphor? Is the Messiah a metaphor? And he told Peter, that Satan seeks to sift you like wheat. Now, the context in what he's making this statement is that Satan is a actual entity, just like whenever he went in the wilderness and was tempted by him, and he addressed him as a he or as an actual entity. The book of Job, chapter 1, it says the sons of God came before Job, and Satan also, the adversary. So yes, the word Satan is a title, means adversary. He's our adversary, and there's many other scriptures. And yes, Paul turned these people over to Satan. Okay, but I'm gonna bring the scriptures and I'm gonna lay it out, my argument or my rebuttal to the comments, and show through scriptures that that these are true. Yeah, our minds are carnal, but and it's the duality, good and evil, is what our minds are. I mean, they're capable of doing good and they're capable of doing evil, and there is great evil that can come from human beings. And it's like I've said before. I mean, most of all the things that we see happening and that are going to happen are done by human beings. But we are being influenced by outside forces, good and evil, to do to do the right thing or to do the wrong thing. And and also extra biblical texts like the Book of Enoch. I mean, it clearly lays out and I'm not going to get into any more of it today. But I'm just going to, again, respond to some of these comments because these things need to be answered. And so with that, I'm going to call it a day and go visit with my brother. And but I will, I love you folks. I hope you'll be blessed. I hope you'll have a good week. I hope you have a good Father's Day tomorrow. I love you. And I hope that you will, prove these things out for yourself. Scripture tells us to prove all things. Prove against what the Father says, what He's telling us. And of course, again, not everything is, literal in the Bible. There is similitudes and metaphors and all that, but it's absolutely obvious when that's what it is. I mean, just like parables, they're stories about things that people can relate to, and that's all a metaphor is. It's something that's telling you about something that's true, that exists, but it is using an example of something that you already understand and know to explain another concept. And so that's all a metaphor, similes, similitudes, types. That's what they are. And so again, I'll give a more in-depth, detailed analysis and my take on it come next week. And so until then, may you be blessed, and again, have a good week. And I'll see you again next Shabbat if Yahuwah is willing.